In my auteur critique review, I'm going to be talking about Wes Anderson, but first let me explain what an auteur is. To me, an auteur is a director that completely makes the movie his own by having such a distinct style within each film that you can instantly tell belongs to him or them. Wes Anderson, having films like The Life Aquatic, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Isle of Dogs, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and many more, within each of these films they have the same look and feel to them as well as all his others. Wes Anderson also uses the same actors in many of his films, Bill Murray being a prime example because he's in 6 of his films. Having regular collaborations with actors could impact on him being an auteur because of the continuity. I can't say that word. But yeah, as well as them just being in the film again and again, it kind of just not makes them link, but it just makes them look a lot more similar. He also often uses non-diegetic typography within the films, and it's always in the same font, so it's just words on top of what we're seeing, but it's not like it doesn't make it makes an impact on what we're seeing, but it's not what we're seeing on the screen. It doesn't link to what we're seeing on the screen. It'll just be things written on it. He uses the same fonts when he's breaking down scenes of the films, which he often does. He'll be splitting films into like part 1, part 2, and he always has the same font with that as well. He is also well known for his symmetry, particularly the the framing. You could pause the movie or pause any scene and it will look like a picture because of the background and where the character is framed. Each side of the character looks exactly the same and just looks very picturesque. He also uses a range of shots looking down at characters, so high angle shots looking down at the characters. This is something that I feel like is unique to him because I don't really see that much in many films, but I always see it in his films. He also uses a reverse shot whenever characters are having conversations. So it's when the camera is facing one character and then it's facing the other character. It's not like an over the shoulder shot, so it's like cutting between, but the characters are in the same position, but it faces that way, then it goes to him, then it faces the other character. And I think that again is very unique to him because usually when characters are having conversations, you'll see them both on screen at the same time looking at each other, or it'll be a long shot or an over the shoulder shot. But this way he's doing it one on one, and it's like they're sitting in front of each other, but you see it one angle and then to the other person. I also feel like there is an old-fashioned feel to all of his films. They almost have the same sort of color schemes. They have the same camera work. Like he does this dramatic zoom, which I think is unique to him, and that also gives it a very old feel. I don't often see that like 60s kind of feel in many other films, apart from ones that are obviously based in that time period. But all of his kind of have that same kind of colour scheme. Like with his stop animations film Fantastic Mr. Fox and Isle of Dogs, they were both years apart, but they have the exact same look. Obviously that could be because it's stop animation, but they both have the same sort of cartoons. They have the same sort of style of them, even though they are two completely different things. And then the characters, the way they talk, and the music that he has with those two films in particular are very similar, and it's like they link, but they're not the same film at all. And I think that's why he's an auteur. Wes Anderson, to me, he is a mainstream director, but his films, I don't think, are well received within mainstream people. So it's not a film loads people would rush to see in the cinema, but then with people that love film and are in the industry, they all recognize his work straight away and they all pretty much love his work. But if you were to ask a normal person, they may not know many of his films nor have the same opinions we do. And yeah, that's why I think Wes Anderson is an auteur.